Hello everybody, welcome to another Southbaygamers Battle Report. Today we have the Deathguard going against Tyranids. Let's go over the Deathguard first. Go ahead.
So I'm running 2 battalion detachments. The first one is with Typhus as the HQ. Yeah, it's a Lord of Contagion, but a little proxy. He's a different color out of all of them. And inside that battalion you have 3 squads of Poxwalkers, 20 man each, and a Nauseous Blightbringer in that battalion.
That the one that allows them to run or advance better?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
That's the one.
And then in the other battalion it is 2 Plaguecasters.
Okay.
And 3 of the Plague Marines back here. 3 squads of Plague Marines. Each of them are running a Blight Launcher instead of the Plasma, excuse me guys. And this one I couldn't find the last little model, but
we'll find a model.
We'll find it somewhere here. And the Lord of Contagions are actually, one is also in the other battalion and one is in the other battalion detachment. So 1 in each battalion.
Okay, making them 2.
To fill up 2,000 points, and then in the last 3 are the fetid bloat drones, and this middle one here, excuse the proxy again guys, is going to be a flesh mower.
Okay.
Just try it out something.
These are the psychic powers for the whatever
the Typhus has Putrescent Vitality and Curse of the Leper. Sorry, I don't have enough cards to do it. And then this one, of course, has Curse of the Leper, Plague Wind, Blades of Putrefaction, and Miasma of Pestilence.
Cool. And we're playing Maelstrom of War, Tactical Escalation. Let's go on to the NIDS. 2,000 points of NIDS. Go ahead.
So, for my battalion detachment, I have 2 Maelstroms.
That one's going to be the Warlord? The one
yeah,
on
the one on the rocks is going to be my Warlord, and he took the 6-up Feel No Pain. My other HQ for the battalion detachment is a Turvagon with his psychic power is Catalyst, and he has Massive Sizing Talents and a Stinger Salvo. My troops, I have 1 large group of 30 Gaunts with 10 Devourers. Here, man. And then I have 2 more squads of Termagants that are 20 with just Flesh Borers each. And then I have a group of Tyranid Warriors, 2 of them with Devourers and 1 with a Barbed Strangler. For on Elites, I have a Lictor, Flesh Hooks, Grasping Talons, and Rending Claws. It's pretty standard. Then I have a unit of Zoanthropes, just 3 because I don't have a 4th model. Their psychic power will be the Whore. Then for the heavy support, I have 2 Carnifexes. They each have Bioplasma, monstrous, 2 pairs of Monstrous Scything Talons, and a Thresher Scythe Tail. Then I have a Moloch over here, and sorry for the color differences. I bought these on eBay, and they're painted so nice and have such nice bases. I haven't gotten around to
keep them
to my color scheme.
Keep them.
I know they clash a little bit, but they look nice, so not a priority right now. He has the Descendable Jaws, Prehensile Tail, and Sliding Talons. And then I have Trigon, and he has Bioelectric Pulse, Massive Sliding Talons, and Toxin Spikes. And then I brought a Supreme Command detachment, and it has 2 Hive Tyrants in it. The first one right here has 2 Monstrous Scything Talons and a Prehensile Pincer Tail. And his psychic powers are Onslaught and Catalyst. And then the other guy, he's going to be running 2 Twin Death Spitter with Slimer Maggots and a Prehensile Pincer Tail. And then the third choice is another Maelstrom, just to round out the detachment. And that's my 2,000 points.
On to the deployment. Here is a shot of the deployment. As you can see, all the bugs. We rolled off for the deployment type, and it was Dawn of War, thankfully. So that's nice and easy. You're going to see lots of little bugs all along the lines. You can see more around here. And then Deathguard on the other side with lots of Poxwalkers. Horde against hordes. And we have this in reserve for the Tyranids. A Moloch, a Trigon, Lictor, and Warriors. I got it right?
Yeah, the Warriors are with the Trigon.
Right. They pop up with him, I believe.
Yeah.
And then for Deathguard, just 2 Lord of Contagions. Tyranids set up first, meaning they go first unless Deathguard could seize on a 6. Go ahead. No. You don't, do you want to use command point? No?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright.
Surprised.
Tyranids turn 1. Tyranids turn 1. Drew, defend 5. Which unfortunately is on top of that building where those Plague Marines are. For the movement phase, he just moved and advanced everything on this side except this one Hive Tyrant right here. That's the only thing that didn't advance. Other than that, everything else advanced. During the psychic phase, he casted the horror onto those those Plague Marines, right? Went off. He tried smiting the closest Poxwalkers, failed that, then casted the horror onto the Plague Marines, so that'll be -1 to hit.
And -1 leadership.
And -1 leadership. Okay. And then over here, he casted Catalyst on himself, and then casted Smite onto the front Poxwalkers, but then it got denied. Catalyst didn't get denied, so we'll have that, which is a 5-up Feel No Pain. And that's pretty much it. Let's go on to Tyranids turn 1 shooting. End of a really quick Tyranids turn 1. The only thing that could shoot that was in range was the Hive Tyrant, and it killed 2 Poxwalkers, even though it did 8 wounds. Passed quite a bit from Disgust and Resilient. That was really the only thing that happened because he wasn't able to get in range even through advancing with the Devourers. So that'll be the turn onto Deathguard. Oh, and he's going to dump defend objective 5 because that's on his side. And it'll be on to Deathguard turn 1. Deathguard turn 1, drew secure objective 5, which is conveniently right where these Plague Marines are. For the movement, the only thing that advanced was this Poxwalker unit over here. Everything else just kind of moved up. That's the close combat blow drone, right?
Oh, yes. That's
okay.
with the flesh mod.
So it moved up with the little lawnmower looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else just kind of moved up. These Plague Marines didn't really need to. Poxwalkers just moved up slightly. Bloat drone flew up. Plague Marines stayed still. During the psychic phase, all of his psychers were on this side. Try to cast a smite the first time with this Plague caster onto the Hive Tyrant. It got denied. Then he tried to cast Plague Wind onto the Termagants. It went off. No, I think he got denied from the Tervigon was the first thing. This first smite. Then he casted Plague Wind. He chose not to deny that. Killed 6 Gaunts.
I tried to deny it, failed.
No, not the Plague Wind. You let that one go.
Yeah, you did.
No, I tried to deny it, I just didn't beat it.
You did beat it.
And then
okay.
I was gonna re-roll.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
decided not to.
So he tried to. He was thinking about re-rolling, but just let it happen. So 6 Gaunts died in the process, and then some. As you can see, what's that one called? Putrescent Vitality was done on this squad of Poxwalkers right here. Sorry, the trees are in the way. And then over here, this squad got Miasma Pestilence. And then another smite was done from, I think, this Plaguecaster onto here, but it was made from the Catalyst, so it was just one mortal wound and he saved it with the Catalyst. That was really it. Let's go on to shooting and assault phase for Deathguard turn 1. We also forgot this Lord of Contagion was going to pop on through the Teleportorium or whatever it's called, 9 inches away from the Moloch. So there we go. On to shooting and assault. End of Deathguard turn 1. As you can see, the Moloch is dead over here. That was fire from pretty much everything on this side. And it didn't get the Death Row special roll, but he did end up dying, not even having to charge it. So that was pretty nice on Deathguard's end, because they don't have much shooting to begin with. Other than that, this squad of Plague Marines shot into this Hive Tyrant, didn't do anything. And some stratagems were used on the Deathguard side. Cloud of Flies onto this Poxwalker unit right here. And then over here, Veterans of the Long War on this Poxwalker unit, which allowed them to wound on 5s because they're only strength 3 without Typhus. And in total, they did 4 wounds to it, including the boat drone. So it's down to 6 wounds. And then also the High Tyrant swung back into the boat drone and did 2 wounds itself. I think that's really it to talk about. Yeah, that's it. You'll score 1 point and first blood on to Tyranids turn 2. Tyranids turn 2. Drew secure objective 1, secure objective 2. Secure objective 1 was thankfully run on this hill, and objective 2 is over there. The only thing that came on from reserve was the Lictor, right over there. And during the movement phase, he just kind of moved some Gaunts down in that ravine around this combat. Zonthrop moved up a little bit, Malanthrop moved up a little bit. This Carnifex moved up. He has like a 6-inch charge to the blow drone. During the psychic phase, he casted Onslaught on this guy, so it allowed him to advance and shoot in charge.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah. These gaunts just replenished. I think it was one of the squads that replenished. I'm not sure which one it was.
It was the one with the devil gaunts.
Double gaunts. Okay.
6 of them were replenished.
Replenished. Okay. And then I think that's really it. This guy smited during the. He got up to get this objective, then smited, and wasn't denied, and took 2 wounds onto the Poxwalkers.
Yep.
And then over here, what did he cast? He tried to cast smite also
onto the blow
on the blow drone and was denied. And I think that's really it. Yeah, the smite I didn't say, but it did 2 wounds, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 wounds to it, so it has 7 left. And I think that's all we need to talk about. Let's go on to shooting and assault phase for Tyranids. End of Tyranids turn 2.
So these gaunts were able, most of them were able to shoot at those Poxwalkers because they weren't, this squad was invisible to them, and these guys they weren't the closest. So I
That was due
killed
to the
like
stratagem over there that he used.
them, and he shot into them, and they killed I think about like
13 of them?
13?
Yeah, quite a bit of them.
There's
Yeah.
3, 6,
Got a
7.
good chunk.
Yeah.
And that this one was forced to shoot into that squad and did nothing.
The Turbogon.
And then these 3 gaunts shot over here and did nothing to these Plague Marines. They were the only thing that wasn't locked in combat that they could reach.
Lictor remained in combat.
Yeah, the Lictor, and then in the assault phase, the Lictor charged there, killed 1 Plague Marine and took 2 wounds himself.
From the Power Fist.
Yeah, the Carnifexes made both their charges. I think I only killed like
He's up there, he's just
2.
wobbly model.
2 Plague
That was it.
with the
2
Carnifex.
Poxwalkers,
He
yeah.
didn't roll particularly great. This Carnifex did
1 wound.
2 wounds.
I think it was
2,
1 or
yeah,
2.
2.
Oh no, he did 1, and then this
This
guy,
guy.
he did 2 wounds, and then he did like
3 or 4.
3 or 4 and brought him down to 1 wound.
And then the Maelstrom.
The Maelstrom tried to
use
use his end of the sight phase, like mortal wound. It failed the first roll, re-rolled it with a command point, and then he
Passed his
passed
disgusting
his
resilience.
disgusting resilience. So I was not able to kill it, sadly, despite really trying hard
Just
to
going,
do. Yeah, so I was able to secure objective 1, and I'm holding on to secure objective 2 because I think I'm going to win this fight over here and eventually be able to get the objective.
Yeah, you
So
should be able to.
we'll see.
So
I don't think it's
you score a
guaranteed, but I think there's a better chance than a random objective.
Alright.
So,
You have 1 point, he has 2 on to Deathguard turn 2. Deathguard turn 2. Drew Scour the Skies and defend 5. Thankfully, again, 5 is up there. Scour the Skies is kill flyers, which is a lot of stuff. Hive Tyrant, Malanthropes, Zoanthropes, and other Hive Tyrant. During the movement phase, this guy flew out of combat with only 1 wound left. This blow drone, the close combat one, moved from there to here. That guy popped up from the teleportarium. The Plague Marines just moved
No,
on.
they just sat there.
Okay.
Everything
Poxwalkers
else
moved up. This squad, or these 3 characters moved up. These Poxwalkers also moved up to try to hopefully get in range of some stuff over there to charge. And another stratagem was used to do Veterans of the Long War again on this squad. Allows +1 to all wound rolls for shooting or fight phase, which will only be fight phase for them. And he also did the Dead Walk again on this squad, which is anything within 7 inches that dies adds an extra Poxwalker. Poxwalker. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And I think that's it.
And
During
then-
the psychic phase.
The psychic
what
phase, I
you
did
go?
Putrescent Vitality also on them, which does +1 strength and 1 toughness.
This is on this front one
On
right
this front
here.
squad, and then all the other psychic powers that I tried to do didn't really work out.
Yeah, he denied one of the No, it was Plague when he
It was the plague one
denied.
that
Yeah,
he denied, and then I tried to do Curse of the Leper, and I didn't get it.
rolled kind of bad on the
Yeah.
psychic phase, so unfortunately nothing else went off. But that's really it. Let's go on to shooting and assault phase for Deathguard turn 2. End of Deathguard turn 2. He won't score anything this turn, but will likely get defend 5 at the end of Tyranids player turn 3. During the shooting phase, I don't really think much happened except this Gaunt squad got down to 1 Gaunt, and he tried everything he could to shoot. Well, he shot some bolters into it thinking that would kill it, and it ended up not killing it. So they could be replenished. Not sure if that's actually going to be the choice though, because
Way over
lots of Gaunts over here died, and that's more of a central position. So he may choose this squad in the end to refill him with the Turvigon, Poxwalkers charged in, along with Typhus, Blow Drone. He flew across around them, and then this Lord of Contingent model also charged in. And in total, didn't really do too much to the Hive Tyrant, but lots of Gaunts died and made some Poxwalkers come back, along with over here too, charging into this squad. And that's really what happened there. In return, I don't think really much took damage on the Deathguard side, except maybe some Poxwalkers died. Over here it was a little bit better for the Tyranids though, because
Tarnifex took 6 wounds.
Tarnifex took 6 wounds from the Lord of Contagion. Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah, and but he killed some Poxwalkers in return, along with the Hive Tyrant and this Carnifex.
And I did some wounds to the Lord of Contagion.
You did, yeah. He did 3
wounds.
from the Carnifex, I believe, yeah. And then the Lictor went before it died and killed a guy, and then he died from the Power Fist.
Yep.
And that was it. He won't score any points, so it's 2-1 onto Tyranids turn 3. Nids turn 3 had Secure Objective 2 from last turn, drew Big Game Hunter and no prisoners, which is pretty convenient because a Blow Drone was down to 1 wound that was over here. And during the psychic phase, we'll just tell you right now that he used Smite and actually killed it and took mortal wounds in the process because he used the stratagem to automatically make it blow up. So everything within 7 inches took a mortal wound in response, but it is dead and it'll give him no prisoners and Big Game Hunter. During the movement phase, let's see, Zoanthropes just kind of moved up a bit. All this stuff was locked in combat. This Maelstrom moved closer to the Poxwalkers. This Gaunt moved away, hiding in the trees. He moved out of combat with the squad that was locked in with Poxwalkers and then gave them 10 more Flesh Borers. Then the squad in the back with the orange-ish color bases moved up to probably shoot at some Poxwalkers. And then this is part of that same squad that moved out of combat. They just kind of a conga lining got with outside of an inch. And this Hive Tyrant moved out too. Can still shoot because it has fly. And then finally the Warriors with the Trigon, right? Came on from reserve, and they only popped up right there because there wasn't much space on the other side too, or really, that was probably the best spot to actually make them.
They had to come in this.
They had to come in this round, so that's where they go. Yeah, so let's go on to the shooting and assault phase for Nids turn 3. And Tyranids turn 3 again. We mentioned this already, but he will score Big Game Hunter and no prisoners for killing that Blow Drone that was over there. And remember, it did blow up and do some wounds over there. During the shooting phase, killed some Poxwalkers and from this squad. So there are only 3 left. Then shot and charged with the Turbogon into this Poxwalkers unit. And killed some, and I don't think he took any wounds in return from the fight phase. But then these Poxwalkers had to pile into this Gaunt squads because they were the closest enemy unit. So the Gaunts got to fight because of that, and killed a couple Poxwalkers from that. They also took some wounds from this Gaunt unit during the shooting phase. And that was really it over here. Some shots came from the Warriors also into the Poxwalkers. That's where they targeted. And coming around here, Malanthrop charged in, didn't do anything. Zoanthropes didn't do anything. Hive Tyrant and Carnifex did a couple wounds, and then the Carnifex over here attacked the Lord of Contagion, got him down to 1, but the Lord of Contagion completely whiffed, and all he needed to do was get 1 wound, and it would have been a 6-up save, and would have killed him.
He's got 2 wounds.
He has 2 wounds left?
Yeah.
No, your Lord of Contagion has 1 wound left. That's what I was saying.
Oh.
Your Carnifex has 2, yeah. And as you can see, some Poxwalkers died from attacks from Carnifex and Hive Tyrant. That was it. He'll score 2 points, and he'll keep Secure Objective 2, which is over there in that corner, onto Deathguard turn 3. Also, we forgot to mention that he will score Defend 5 for being on that objective up there, up top of that building. So he'll get 2 points for that. Again, onto Deathguard turn 3. Turn 3 for Deathguard, had Scout of the Skies, drew Witch Hunter and Defend 3. So, Witch Hunter is all the Psychers there, and 3 is over there, which you try to get to. You try to advance this guy. He needed a 6 to get there, so he didn't. He rolled a 5, so he only went right there. For movement, everything's kind of locked in combat. Those Poxwalkers moved up. Playcasters moved up. The Typhus moved up over there. That Lord of Contention moved towards the Hive Tyrant and Warriors over there. And nothing else over here moved much.
Plague Marines.
Yeah, and Plague Marines stay still. During the second phase, what'd you cast? It's a lot of stuff, so.
I did 2 smites onto him.
Got him down
One
to
went
9.
through, the other one stopped. I tried to do Blades of Putrefaction but failed. Then I did Plague Wind onto those gaunts.
Killed 3 of them.
Three
Yeah,
of them, right? 3 or 4 of them, whatever. And then I did Smite into her with him, with a Typhus, and did like 2 or 1 or something like that. Then I did the Putrescent Vitality onto the Poxwalkers to give them +1 strength and +1 toughness. And that was it. Yeah, that was it for this
Cool.
thing.
Onto shooting and assault. End of Deathguard turn 3. Lots of Gaunts died over here via Poxwalkers. You got like quite a bit back, maybe 11 of them in total from this squad attacking. The Poxwalkers over here, did they kill any Gaunts?
They killed
one. Yeah, they killed one. Got one back, and then they killed one back. Gaunts killed one back in return, so it's relevant. Over here, he used 2 command points before this Lord of Contagion got to go and killed him with the Carnifex. Was a good move there. So, and then the Poxwalkers over here, they all died. Yeah, they all died. Looks like.
Yep, every single one.
And then the Plague Marines are stuck with the Mounthrope, and they are free to do whatever they want. During the shooting phase, the Mounthrope got down to 3 wounds via blow drone. And yeah, I think that's it. So the Lord of Contagion charged into the Hive Tyrant. Did 3 wounds and nothing in return? No? Okay. Oh yeah, because he doesn't have much close combat. He's a shooty one. That's right. And I think that's really it, or except the fact that this Turbigon is now down to only 3 wounds. That was from Typhus mainly.
Mainly Typhus. Everybody else whiffed.
Yep. And he didn't do anything when trying to try to attack back into Typhus. And you didn't score anything? You're going to discard anything?
No.
No? Okay. On to...
Yeah, objective marker number 3 I'll discard.
Okay. On to Tyranids' turn. Whole turn recap for Nid's turn 4. Let's start over here. The Zonethropes moved in advance to get that objective for him. Scoring him a point, right? You had objective 2.
Objective 2.
Mounthrope and the Plague Marine Champion, I think, didn't do anything
Just
to each other.
Stared at each other.
Yeah.
Menacingly.
Carnifex is shot and charged into this blow drone, which took
you never
1
did
wound.
attacks with that book.
Oh yeah, I don't think he did his attacks. We'll do that real quickly, but Carnifex didn't do anything essentially. 1 wound, I think, in total in combat. So nothing happened in the assault phase, so, or in this combat, because the blow drone charged back or fought back, didn't do anything because he passed the save. Over here, some Gaunts died from the Poxwalkers, bringing them back up to 20, and that's the max they can be up to. The Turbigon survived along with Typhus because the Turbigon went first, attacked, passed his Invone, so we're good there. Otherwise, it would have been D6 wounds. He took some Gaunts out of here, so meaning these guys weren't allowed to fight. That was because the Poxwalkers went first, killed quite a bit of them. Over here, the Trigon, sorry, charged into the shot and charged into him. Did 2 wounds, I think.
Yep.
Passed his inbounds pretty well, so and he did 3 wounds back, so he has 9 left. And shot into the Plague Marines. Yeah, only did 1 wound.
Yeah,
or
1.
One.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just 1 dude.
And I think that's really it. There were some smites done, I
Then
think.
he charged up here and
He did
killed.
casted onslaught on him to himself,
Yeah, so he can
allowing him
charge.
to advance and charge. So he did that.
Well, you did
Charged
one,
in. He
one.
did killed 1 guy,
One guy.
and took 2 wounds in return. So he's down to 1.
I think I killed 1 guy with Smite.
That too. Yeah.
And killed 1 in combat. And I think that was it. He'll score objective 2 and dump the priorities orders received, which we didn't show that. So these are what they had, or this is what the Tyranid player had. Sorry, we didn't show that at the start because we already dumped them. So this is the one he dumped priorities orders received objective 3, which he could get with this Mounthrope, but it's all the way over there, and there's a blow drone right in front of him, which can shoot and probably kill him. So he's gonna dump that one. This is the one he scored, which was objective 2, which is over there with those Zoanthropes in advance, like I said, and he will have 2 secure objective 5s. Again, on to Deathguard turn 4. End of the game. The Tyranids player, due to time constraints a little bit, we have to call it, but The
Pretty unlikely I was going to pull this one out.
I mean, it's tactical escalation, so you don't know what you're going to draw, but the Hive Tyrant over here, which would have captured him, 2 objectives died. So that was really the big deal there,
Yeah, that was
due
a
to
big
Power
swing.
Fist. So it was a big swing. Other than that, yeah, the Gaunts all died. The Turvagon died, killed some Gaunts in the process, killed one whole unit, basically, through Smite and Plague Wind.
Yep.
Nothing was really denied this turn, so it was not a good deny phase for them. And then also the Malanthrop got charged, and that's the Warlord there, so that would have been another point. And he only has 2 wounds left. Either way, that was a good game. Deathguard are pretty nasty, especially with their new stratagems. I don't think we really got to showcase too much of what the new Deathguard codex has, but I think Mortarion was going to really help that.
Those psychic powers are all pretty good.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
psychic powers are
definitely.
very good, actually.
I think Plague Wind was already there, though, right?
Plague Wind was already there. That was a good one, but it's only good against hordes.
Which is what
Yeah.
is going to
It's
go
kind
against you. It's going to be kind of your downfall, I think.
Yeah.
Hordes. Yeah, good game. Thanks for watching, Deathguard. We'll take this victory.
Yeah.
Thank